This is part of Genesis Love. When the witches are exposed, the truth begins to unravel before the eyes of the community. The sudden clarity that comes with this revelation is unsettling, as the once revered figures, shrouded in mystery and assumed to be benevolent, are now seen for what they truly are: manipulators who preyed on the town's vulnerabilities for their own personal gain. The carefully constructed facade of innocence crumbles, revealing a pattern of deceit, exploitation, and moral decay. This unmasking not only brings justice, but serves as a sobering reminder of the dangers of unchecked power and manipulation. Historically, figures like witches and warlocks who wielded dark magic have been viewed as dangerous individuals who preyed on the weak and the vulnerable. In medieval Europe, the fear of witches and warlocks reached a peak during the witch hunts, where individuals were accused of using spells and dark rituals to control and destroy communities. These figures, often vilified as evil practitioners of the occult, were believed to be responsible for everything from crop failures to the spreading of disease. The true nature of these individuals, often cloaked in secrecy, was hard for society to most times discern, and it was easy for them to manipulate perceptions, particularly in times of fear and uncertainty. In many mythological traditions, there are figures who use deception and chaos magic to achieve their selfish goals and desires. Take, for example, the Greek myth of Medea. She was often portrayed as a powerful sorceress capable of manipulating both the physical and emotional realms with her magic. Her acts of revenge, motivated by personal betrayal, included the murder of her own children, highlighting the destructive potential of those who would wield power for selfish reasons. Medea's story is emblematic of the broader archetype of the witch or warlock in mythology, a figure who, despite their mystical abilities, chooses to use those powers for personal gain at the expense of others in pure selfishness. Similarly, in Norse mythology, the figure of Loki stands as a notorious example of chaos magic. Loki, a trickster god, was known for causing strife and sowing discord amongst the gods and humans alike. His powers of illusion and deceit were used to manipulate others, turning allies into enemies and wreaking havoc across the realms. Like Medea, Loki's ability to manipulate situations and shift blame was central to his character, showing how figures of great power could destabilize societies, creating chaos to suit their own agenda. These mythological figures reveal a recurring theme: that those who possess the ability to shape reality and choose to use that power often will use it for destruction, causing harm to others and undermining the fabric of society. These witches and warlocks of ancient mythology and folklore represent a persistent archetype of dark magic, one that exists in a variety of forms across different cultures. These figures are not always outright malevolent, but their actions often have disastrous consequences. They weave webs of lies, they manipulate others into doing their bidding, they create divisions among communities. Their ultimate goal is energy and power, whether it be through material gain, revenge, harvesting, or control over others, and they will stop at nothing to achieve it, often at the cost of the very people who once trusted them. This archetype is not just confined to the realms of mythology or history. In modern society, there are still individuals who embody these traits, blending into the fabric of everyday society and life while quietly pursuing nefarious agendas. These modern day witches and warlocks often operate behind a veil of normalcy, using manipulation, deceit, and psychological control to further their personal interests. They may not wield literal magic, but their ability to manipulate emotions, exploit vulnerabilities, push energies, and sow discord is just as potent. They might be leaders, influencers, or figures of authority who, like their mythical predecessors, use their positions to exploit others for personal gain. In contemporary society, these individuals often appear charming and trustworthy, knowing exactly how to manipulate people and their overall public image. They may play the victim to garner sympathy or shift blame when things go wrong, all while orchestrating behind the scenes actions that destabilize the lives of others, that drain and use energy that does not belong to them. The psychological implication being that they can employ subtle but controlling means of turning the narrative in a certain direction, and they create confusion and mistrust, leaving their victims unsure of what's real, what's fabricated, and who's behind it. This manipulation, much like the chaos magic used by witches and warlocks in the past, can create lasting harm, destabilizing relationships, trust, communities, and even entire societies. Just as the people of the town finally begin to see through the witches' false stories and their deceit, so too can we as a society, recognizing these patterns of behavior when they arise. The key is awareness, understanding that these dark forces are not always immediately visible, and that their agendas are often hidden beneath layers of charm, empathy, and false innocence. It is only by questioning the stories we are told, examining inconsistencies in people's actions, and recognizing the manipulative tactics at play that we can protect ourselves from falling victim to these modern day witches. The exposure of these individuals may come slowly, but once their deceit is revealed, the true extent of their actions becomes undeniable. Communities, whether in ancient times or today, can rise against these forces by recognizing the manipulation, rejecting the lies, and reclaiming the autonomy. Just as the townspeople, once under the spell of witches, find strength in the truth, modern society too must find its collective power by uncovering and confronting those who would manipulate news, stories, facts for personal gain. By doing so, we strip away the power these individuals hold and prevent them from sowing further chaos and discord. In conclusion, the witches and warlocks of old, whether in myth, history, or modern day life, can serve as a cautionary tale of the dangers of unchecked power, deceit, and manipulation. Their ability to exploit, deceive, and destabilize communities remains a threat in every era. However, by staying vigilant, questioning narratives, and recognizing the tactics used by those who seek to control and harm others, we can expose these figures for what they are: deceivers, servants of Satan, thieves, and chaos bringers. The truth, once revealed, has the power to undo their hold over the people, allowing communities to heal and rebuild from the damage inflicted by these dark ones. A strong faith in God and the power of prayer always does wonders to help see through these ruses, see through these illusions, and to disrupt the magic for what it truly is: a cold hearted play that is without any mercy or kindness. And we need to understand that these individuals do not mean well and that it must be stopped at all costs. If you're new here, you're welcome aboard. Stay space. If you're returning, I'm glad that you're back. In the name of the Most High God, I wish you health, wealth, prosperity, and abundance, blessings and protection if you so deserve it. Woodman signing off. Have a great day.